My name's Chris Wheeler, and today we're going to talk about success and the mindset of success. I've written a couple blogs on this as well as I'm on Anchor. This is something that I think is a daily thing that you have to work at, and it's super important to continue to work at it, right? To be successful in business, to be family, in relationships, spirituality, being healthy. It's what it breaks down to for me is that it is a mindset, right? So the more that I have that mindset and I'm in that space, the more that I find that I am successful. And this is true even when I have a failure, a massive failure at that too. If I have a successful mindset and I have success on my mind, I will learn from that failure and see how that can benefit me in the future with whatever it is, whether it be, again, relationships, business, money, family, health, whatever, right? And the big question that I like to ask myself, when I wake up in the morning and at night, because I've had those nights, and maybe you've had them too, where I'm just so overwhelmed because I have these quality and these new problems because I'm trying to do so much stuff with my different businesses. I go home and I'm like, I get in this feeling of like, oh my God, I'm in despair, I'm in fear. I still get in fear and I have these feelings, and that's fine, but I have to check myself and see, what is my mindset? Am I in a successful mindset, or am I in fear, or being a little wimp and I can't do it, right? So as long as I keep myself in a successful mindset and I keep that mindset, the actions will follow, right? And it wasn't always like that, right? So some of you might be thinking, you know what? It's one thing to say that, but it's another thing to do that, right? It is an action that you have to take. But we can flash back 6-7 years ago when I was a fry cook at McDonald's. That's where I came from, was McDonald's. But it taught me a lot, right? It taught me a lot because it taught me about how much I really didn't know. But back then, I didn't really know what success was. To me, success was working your way up the food chain until you made 60 grand a year and you had a family, maybe 1 or 2 kids, and that was life. I didn't know about owning a business, an entrepreneur, or selling, or really any of that. I went to work and that's what I did. Once I got my first sales job, I started learning a little bit more about success, and I didn't have that success mindset. I was taking massive action, and I knew I wanted to be successful, but I didn't know what actions to take. And when I was at that point, what really stood out to me is the fact that I needed to start taking action to learn what the mindset was, because I didn't know what it was. And I'm still learning what it is to me to be successful in different areas of my life, right? But I started taking huge, massive action towards being successful. And what I started is the mindset started growing as I took more and more action. The mindset started growing with me of being successful, right? So I wanted to get closer to a higher power, or being spiritual, right? I took major action in that realm, and the mindset of being successful came, right? In business, I started a couple businesses, right? I took massive action in building that business, 14, 16, 18 hours days, right? My mindset started coming, that growth started coming of, okay, now I know what needs to be done. I'm in the mindset of being successful, right? In my relationship, I took a lot of action there, right? I started getting this mindset of being successful. And what I found is, as long as I stayed in that mindset, the actions would follow. If I was in a disempowered, not so good mindset, the actions would basically portray just that. Sleeping in too late, not getting things done, missing deadlines, not getting bills paid, the list goes on and on and on, right? But as long as I have the mindset of being successful, then everything else follows. And the big questions I like to ask myself too is, where do you want to be successful? So for me, the biggest thing is, and it might be different for everybody, but for me, the biggest thing to be successful, in my health, in my businesses, in my relationships, with my loved one, and I have to work at those, and I have to have this mindset of I am successful and I will be successful. Because if I don't have that mindset, nothing else will come, right? And the other big question I ask is, am I reacting or am I taking an action to be successful? And what I mean by that is, I'll back up. What I mean by that is, are things happening to me or are they happening because of me? Because it's very easy to fall into a victim mindset, meaning things are happening to me, or I got screwed over, it's his fault, it's the court's fault, it's the system's fault, it's that guy that hit me's fault, it's my mom's fault for my genetics because I'm only 5'6", it's this, it's that, right? And the list goes on and it goes on. And what I have to realize is, what I put out in the universe and what I put out there is what I'm going to get back. So if I put nothing out, I'm going to get pretty much nothing back. I can't sit here and wait for a job to fall in my lap. It just doesn't work like that, right? Or let's say I went ahead and I sold a product that shouldn't have been sold, right? Wasn't ready to go. And now I'm involved in some litigation or whatever. And this is taking it really far, but right, it goes all the way there. That's because of me. So I need to be mindful that not everything that I do is happening to me, because once I get in that state of all this is happening to me, I'm in a disempowered state, I'm in a victim state, and it doesn't serve anybody well. And it especially doesn't serve me well because it takes me out of my successful mindset, right? And that's the mindset that I need to be in, because when I'm in, and hopefully when you're in a successful mindset, I get shit done, right? Because I have no other choice but to be successful. I can't sell this. This happens to me all the time. People come in and they give me excuses, right? And I tell them, hey, we're in the solution business. Get in this successful mindset, get into it. Because guess what? There's something wrong with my computer. Oh, I guess I'm not doing any work today, or what have you, right? Me, okay, I'm in a successful mindset. I need my computer to get some work done. I'm gonna problem solve and fix it, or I'm gonna get an IT guy on the phone and get him down here to fix it. I can't sell this guy because he has an objection or a condition I can't overcome, right? I will follow up with him. I will frame, I will do features and benefits. I will tie down, I'll use trial closes. I'll use fact finding. I'll do everything in my power to find out why I can't go ahead and close this potential client, because I have that successful mindset that I want to be the best in business, in family, in health, and I stay in that mindset, and my actions, they continue to follow, right? And what's strange is you can't, I'm going to say this, I'm going to get close. What you have to understand is when you have a successful mindset, fear does come in. It's almost inevitable. When you want to have good problems, right? My problem right now is I have way too much content coming out. I have way too much marketing going on, and I have way too much sales coming in, and we're too small for this office, right? That puts me in fear. And what does that put me in fear of? Oh my God, I have to spend money on a bigger office. I have to hire more people, train more people. They might not be that good. I might have to start that rotating door again of getting the right marketing people in here. How am I going to be able to pay for this content? How am I going to be able to schedule it and get it out? How am I going to be able to schedule it and get it out on time? Right? All these fears, but those are good fears. But what I found is when I'm going home, or whenever the fear, usually when I'm going home is when I start thinking about the day and the next day, and I start getting into fear, my successful mind takes over, right? And that kind of pushes it out of the way. It kind of deals with it and says, you know what, we've made it this far, we're pumping out the content, we're looking for a new building, we already have ads out to hire people, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense, yeah, because I'm taking a lot of action and I'm staying in the mindset that I need to be in to be successful. Hopefully this has helped you a little bit with your mindset. There's a lot of different things that you can do to get into a successful mindset, but the first, I'll go back to the beginning, the first thing that you need to do is you need to start taking action. The mindset will follow, and once you get it, you hold on to it, and it's gonna be one of the most empowering frames of mind that you can be in. Once you take the action, you can start acting your way into good thinking. And once the good thinking comes, you hold on to it and you hold on to it tight because you want to stay in successful mindset thinking. All right, you guys, thank you so much.